Good morning, good evening, whenever you have the opportunity to watch this. We are going to be walking through the 2024 custom brewery benchmark data. Originally, when this was sold and presented, it was going to be a static one-page PDF document. As I got working on that, it became evident very quickly that that was not going to be particularly useful in an ongoing way. So what has happened is we've shifted the one-page static PDF document to a dynamic dashboard where you are going to be able to filter by gender, by sentiment, by time of year, where you're going to have a look at your venue's performance compared to the benchmark you selected. If you did not select a custom benchmark, you're going to receive a dashboard with the national data overall. I'm going to share my screen here, and then we are going to walk through the dashboard, how to read it, how to interact with it. All right. So in an email, you are going to receive two links. The first link is going to be to your specific brewery, cidery, what have you. It's going to be your institution, your venue's data in the screen. You're going to receive a second link that is going to be your benchmark. And that's going to either be the 15 or less venues that you selected as your on-premise benchmark, or it's going to be the national level data if you did not submit a benchmark overall. So the dashboard is one page. You are looking at all 6 of the visualizations that we'll look at, but we can filter. I'm going to go through the visualizations one by one. First, we have the top 10 experience factors. These should look relatively familiar to you with all of the data. The order that these are in, you'll see beer and drink variety is first, food is second, service third, staff is fourth. That probably sounds familiar too, because these are in order by mentions on a national scale. So for particularly this brewery that we're looking at for the sample, we see environment has more mentions than staff and service, and it almost has more mentions than food. That's going to be an indicator that environment is playing an outsized impact at this particular brewery. Volume of reviews, you're going to see the month in which the reviews were left. There may be some months where there were 0 reviews left that had meaningful text. And on the very bottom here, you see top personas, foodie, social gatherer, and beer geek. I'll include definitions at a later date here on what these mean, but they are relatively self-explanatory. Beer geek are people that are obsessed with the beer at your specific place. And then social gatherer, those are the people who are there for hanging out, environmental elements. And then foodies, those are the people who are there primarily for food. On the right-hand side, you'll see overall gender, male, female, and unknown. You're going to see overall sentiment, positive, negative, and neutral if applicable, and then percentage of folks indicating a return. So that's going to be the green if they said, yes, I'm going to come back. Again, we can filter by gender here. So M is representative of male, F female, U for unknown. So if we just toggle it, will dynamically update here. You can see what men are talking about. So we'll keep in mind here, men are talking about food and service at 26 and 20. And then if we filter and we toggle for females only, then we see service actually went down and women are caring more about food for this particular venue. The way that you will toggle the filters, once you make your selection, you need to click outside of the filter area to get it to disappear. My laptop just froze. There we go. So once you've made your selection, maybe you only want to look at negative reviews and see what was mentioned. It's a very small sample size for this particular brewery, but it may not be for your benchmark. So clicking outside, then you're going to be able to click all of the months. And then if you would like, every dashboard that you have, the default setting is going to be, when it's my brewing company, my cidery, it's going to be defaulted to your particular venue, but listed are all of the venues that were part of the scrape this year. So if you're curious, you can go ahead and scroll through, and then when you add in different venues, it's going to automatically update the um, statistics that you have. If you refresh the page, it's going to go back to the default settings. So the default setting again for your brewing company is just your brewing company, and the default setting for your benchmark is just your benchmark and those breweries that you selected. So same interface here. You're going to be able to look at the same statistics. If you want to look at what's mentioned negatively, naturally just go to the negative sentiment, allow it a moment to update dynamically. You're going to see again what those things are that are mentioned negatively. You're going to see also, maybe you only want to look at what females are saying negatively about these places, and you're going to get, okay, negative mostly about service, and so on from there. So I'm truly really excited to be able to share this with you. It's going to be so much more powerful for you in an ongoing way, uh, as opposed to a static one-page document. And the best part about all of this is in an ongoing way. I'm developing a script to make this run literally real time. So it's going to be real time brand tracking, real time consumer insight on what people are mentioning, and that is going to be released at a date later to come, likely in 2025. So I say that as I would love feedback, and it'd be really cool if we could get this cut of data. It'd be really cool if we could get that cut. Please do provide that feedback, because this is ultimately where I believe the most impact is, because it'll be real time. It's going to be your brewery, your benchmark, what you care about comparing to, and really excited to be sharing this with you, and can't wait to get y'all's feedback. Take care and talk to you soon.